I'm gonna put all the stickers on the bug catcher or scoop or whatever. I mean, who's really gonna look at the windows in this thing? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Left 4 Dead Garage, where I can only give you a walk around, and my GoPro did not pick up any sound during the whole video of me doing the brakes on the Impala. We now have brakes. Well, I've not checked it today, but yesterday I had firm pedal, so. But I can throw in some clips from that video, maybe do a little voiceover or whatever. But the brakes is the biggest, well, it's the first mechanical step towards having this thing ready to go. And by ready to go, I mean ready to go actually has a date. The plan is to have this pile at the Beaver Bar at Murrells Inlet March 19th, I believe, for the rats at the Beaver. Not really a rat rod, but it's ratty, you know, so I feel like it'll probably be accepted. You know, it's not nothing really modern at all, so, but I still have to get the motor in, all the accessories done, exhaust, plumbing, wiring. I've still got to get a set of wheels. But what we done yesterday was, it's got all new metal lines, all hard plumbing. I still have to put it into the little clips, just odds and ends stuff. But got new brake hoses in here. I did, well, here's the remnants of it. She's got new shoes front and rear, wheel cylinders, spring kit, obviously hoses. Man, really nothing I can show you, but all right, we got the water pump on. I gotta start rounding up stuff for our alternator bracket, because the factory one for the big block off the truck is huge and it looked ridiculous. But I need to get the pulleys on, then try to start lining the alternator up. Let me get some paint on this pulley and we'll start throwing some stuff back on here. Alright, so I just went and cut these little Allen bolts down. Put a little blue Loctite on them. Alright, that problem solved. Alright, so we're still on track. Camera's hopefully working still. I gotta stop and clean up. I've got to go finish a video so I can have something posted today. I'm gonna mock this water pump. I mean, I'll try to get this an idea on what I want to do with this alternator. Definitely hit it with a coat of paint, that's for sure. Nice. Just space it off of here, and or even right here. Alright, what I'm using is just stock HEI from that was in the dually. Now, a lot of people struggle with this oil pump drive. They take a screwdriver and spin it and try to match the slot in the bottom of the distributor gear. You don't have to do any of that. You don't even have to worry about it. Don't even look at that thing. This applies to hex drive Ford stuff too, which is even more of a pain in the butt. All you have to do, we know we're at top dead center. Number one is up. So We're clearly not all the way in. You can see we're clearly not all the way down to the intake. We might have some clearance problems. Yeah, we do. Well, I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna say, well, this is all. I always typically just use this as number 1. 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2. So, like I was saying, don't worry about that old pump drive. Don't sweat it, don't mess with it, don't fiddle around with it, don't do anything. Now, no inner fender wells is handy. I got the plugs out so it's easy to rotate over. What you want to do, put you a socket on the crank, and most of the time I'll have the starter and everything already hooked up, and I'll just bump it until this happens. So, push down on it just a little bit of tension. This is extreme pain without, look at that. It drops right in there. So, you know you're in the oil pump, everything is meshed up, good to go. That is especially handy with a Ford, because that hex, little 5/16 or whatever it is, can be a pain. I learned that the hard way. And I actually remember exactly who told me that. So, Ron, if you ever watch this, appreciate it. And these headers already had gaskets glued on them, and they're pretty thick, so I'm just going to use them. Typically I don't run header gaskets. I only use a stock manifold gasket, because unless you have a giant exhaust port and header, you don't need header gaskets. Manifold gaskets will do the job. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta dent this header. And manifold gaskets usually have the ear cut off or slotted on the ends, so you don't have to pull the header all the way off. Just take all the bolts, put 2 end pieces out, pull the header out, drop the stock manifold gasket in, put the header back on, because wrestling headers that's connected to exhaust sometimes is a nightmare. I guess I get to smack this header with a hammer. I hate doing that. I hate it with a passion. But it's a little easier to do when you didn't give anything for them. Well, maybe it doesn't clear. All right, I'm gonna thread some plugs in this thing. NGKs, my favorite. Little anti-seize, so I anti-seize everything. NGKs usually have a shorter porcelain, so sometimes that plays a little more friendly with header clearance. Like, this is an old set of ACs, so if you go down to the gasket or the taper seat, You can see the body's a little shorter, so sometimes that helps. Those fender wells are handy. You can get right in there. Alright, let's run over to the other side. I have to build some plug wires. I have a set in there, which in my mind will be, I guess, kind of correct for the car because they're a set of yellow Excels, but I think that's like the bottom of the barrel's plug wires, and I hate them with a passion, but I found them behind the seat of the white C10, so I don't have anything in them and they're here. I'll use those until I change headers, because I don't think they'll work with what I'm planning on doing. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Still have to make plug wires, and you know, I really like making plug wires. I hear everybody say, oh, I hate making plug wires. I really like it. I enjoy it for some reason. So still have to do something for alternator bracket, which won't be a problem. All I need is an adjuster. Probably do some Heims or something. I guess when I get back, maybe we can put the distributor cap on. Oh, we got to dent the firewall. I have no cap clearance, which I was afraid of that. I figured it might. I need to find the distributor hold down. I need to do that. I don't know where that's at. All right, I'll be back. Here's the belt. Hopefully 45 inches, 6 groove. They didn't have a 44.5. I would rather had that. Seems like it'll work just fine. Look at that. Probably couldn't have got a 44.5 because it's close right there. I mean, I got a little slack left. So we got the belt situation completely covered. That's a hefty belt. I shouldn't ever throw that. As long as I got it in line this way, which now that I got a belt on it, I can do that. That's pretty good. I mean, it might could come out about a washer thickness, but once I get it tightened up, we'll know a little bit more. It is way too cold out here for this, but I'm going out of town Friday and I really want to have a video ready, so I'm going to do all I can. I guess I'll work on this alternator bracket. I don't need much, just from here to here. All right, I'm gonna fiddle with this, but I gotta turn the heater on because I'm working outside, and I'll just mute the video and do a time lapse or something. So. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a night there. Let me show you why I don't want to beat on that firewall. See that? Well, I can see into the car or into the cowl right there, and it's just so swollen, packed full of rust. It's like that all the way across. There's a hole here. If I start beating on this, then I don't know what disaster I'm going to create there. And really my plan was with this, I was just going to cheat it and use some POR 15 seam sealer and just pack it in there. Or it's like it's not a seam sealer, it's some sort of patch they call it. I was just going to pack it in there and just blend it and, you know, look away basically. It's rough right here too, but I'm afraid to beat on it because I don't want to create more problem here. That's not as noticeable, but if I knock a hole in it, then it'll bother me. And I promise it'll bother me to the point where I'll cut it and fix it, and I just don't want to do that. Not right now. I think I'm gonna budget in a small cap distributor of some sort. I got an old points distributor. I'd rather not use that, but I have one, so it would look period correct. I'll get on the old marketplace and start scouring the eBay and go from there. I was gonna put the carb on tonight, but if I put the carb on and then I decide to hammer that firewall, then I'm gonna take the carb back off because it'll be in the way. But I'd really like to see what it looks like. So I'm gonna sleep on it, get back on this tomorrow, figure out what I want to do about a distributor. The alternator actually stuff worked out good. I'll cap this, weld that up, obviously pull it back off, paint it. Like I said, the alternator's coming apart, so I'll have it cleaned up and paint it black, have everything just looking fresh. Really, the distributor's what's holding me up right now. So I'm gonna shut the shop down, go inside, thaw out, figure out what I need to do, what I can afford to do. May have to ride the rallies for a little while, because I wanted to buy wheels. I wanted that to be the only major purchase. So, but maybe I can find some used stuff. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, I think we're gonna call it for this video. With that being said, it's looking like a motor now. Since the carburetor's on, I can start making the fuel line. I have to get a fuel line. I realize I don't have that. The throttle linkage, all that fun stuff. And I found a good place for my stickers. I've not got one of them on, but you'll see that later. So let me show you my plan for all the stickers from other YouTube channels. I'm gonna put all the stickers on the bug catcher or scoop or whatever. I mean, who's really gonna look at the windows in this thing? So I'm just gonna continue placing the stickers on the scoop until it's full, and then maybe we'll come up with another idea. And anyone that I send stickers out to, if I have duplicates of, like I have extra of the Greasy Boy custom sticker, so I'm going to send that sticker to someone that doesn't have their sticker and pay it forward that way. So, and hopefully the same, if I send more than one to somebody, maybe they'll do the same. Let's try to, you know, like Coastal Auto Reaction says, community, not competition. And had it not been for community, my channel wouldn't be where it's at. So with that being said, I appreciate everyone's time that watches the videos, that shares the videos. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. You'll get notifications when I do post. And I try to post there once a week. So we'll see you on the next one.